I don't know, but I live in Old North, and between like 2 and 3, sometimes it just goes right out.
Well, it was actually my hard drive, like my actual MacBook went and shut down.
I shut down everything. Did I shut down everything? I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally think it was on my end. Anyway, we're back, and that's awesome. Thanks everybody for coming back. I will. I'm sure we're live, and we will just keep going with the thought you had. Just pick it up where you are.
So that was about making our phones work for us, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So making our phones work for us actually makes us healthier.
And so, is it the time we need to limit,
Yes,
or is it okay? So it's the time we need to limit. Is there anything else, like there are certain things we shouldn't be doing on the phone?
social media.
Okay,
Social
so
media is very draining on the brain.
so I wondered about that. Like maybe just taking the icons off of my phone and only doing social media on my desktop.
That is something we actually highly recommend, because when you're at work, we recommend to employees at work, take your social icons off your desktop, put them on your phone, and put your phone away so you can be more focused at work. When you're at home, right, they're right there. If you still don't want to work with your icons on below, like your laptop, then take them off at home and just put them on your phone. But decide on one place where you can sit down for like an hour, wherever you want to go, 30 minutes. But just remember, every time you go on your phone, spikes your dopamine and spikes your heart rate.
Yeah, see, I've been trying to really play with that because I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if I log in and I don't see a notification, I almost feel like,
Depleted.
yeah, like, what do you mean nobody liked my story? What?
And that's where this training of resilience comes in, because kids who are 13 posting these pictures of their dresses, or they're out with friends, but then they're all home, so no one has anything to post except for making fun of each other, which is cyberbullying is up like 60% or something. It's crazy. And now I'm seeing adults are cyberbullying. Like I was even cyberbullied the other day for saying something that was completely misunderstood. So I just pulled it all down, and I know not to go uncomment in this one group. And I was pulled in, and I went, that was really dumb, Larissa. That was a dumb thing to do. And I broke my rules, and look what happened. So you got to make rules for yourself.
Right. And, I don't know if it would have been a dumb thing for you to do because, I won't allow negative language around you.
It was a rule. It was simple. I should not have done it. I learned, and I had a consequence. I will not do it again. And once you break your rule, I'm like, that was really, I wasn't thinking. And I usually do two thoughts. Should I have done this? I'm like, yes, it's effective because I'm making something better, but people misunderstood it and someone jumped on it. And I was like, you know what? I was cyberbullied by about 2 or 3 people.
So I love Gary Vaynerchuk's perspective on this. And I watched a video of him saying, if somebody needs to attack me or somebody else in the comments, then I actually legitimately feel sad for them. Like that their life is so desperate that they're looking for validation. This is me now adding into the story. Like they need the validation and to say like something or just to have the outlet because people aren't emotionally regulating particularly well. I saw myself.
But they weren't before COVID though, Allison.
This is exactly.
Cyberbullying was happening 1 in 6 times as an adult prior to COVID. COVID has just perpetuated and sort of made us all a little bit more revved up.
Yes. And I remember like when I would be speaking to clients and I'd be like, guys, remember before COVID, you were already stressed telling me you were way too busy. And, you thought that was just life. And there was such a stress acceptance culture that nobody saw it as a problem until it gets like this huge, like, oh, now we really have to deal with this, right? Issue. So we've got another comment here from Greg. By the way, thanks everybody for coming back.
By the way, Greg, we're sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. My not quite brand new. But and the thing that people may not realize today, I'm actually at the hotel because I had thing that I had to do, and with reliable internet, which I don't do out at the lake. And so I come to the Holiday Inn in Chatham because I moved. I don't know if you knew that, Larissa. I moved out to my lake
I
house.
think I remember you were moving. Yeah.
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 So anyway, just until the 5G is up, it's not very reliable. Um, anyway, that's the background. I don't know what I was talking about, but so much for reliability. Okay,
Okay, go
thanks so
for
much
it.
for your commentary, Larissa and Allison, for another poignant topic. I believe since the work-home personal lines are so blurred these days, there seems to be no boundaries, digital or otherwise. We won't be able to shut down if our devices are always running. It's true, but here's another piece of the puzzle. Like, I'm on my own, right? So I have my mom with me sometimes, but like, it's me, right? And so I need social connection. One of the reasons I
Right.
do the lift up. And
Yeah.
so I don't have the kids and the husband and the, people in the house. So the phone is my only conduit
Yeah.
to
Right.
humans,
Yeah.
right?
But I encourage talking. Actually, one phone
Okay.
call a day can change your brain and your feeling of connection to someone. So after speaking to this neurologist and the psychologist, they're like, but set up a phone call. So very beginning of COVID, I called a different friend every day. I called a different family member, and I did not text. I called, and it changed my whole, I think it really kept me up. And with a very, with a lot going on in our household, because obviously there was a lot of stress at the very beginning because of the virus, and my husband works emerged. That was not very fun.
Yeah.
And so we had to be quarantined a little bit, and we had to understand this virus and what was going to happen. So I just decided, call my dad, call my brother, call my other brother, call my friends, call my other girlfriends, call my coworkers. I'm going to focus. But I think you're a very social person. I would call. My suggestion is calling, because you actually get more vibrance and freshness out of a conversation.
Well, I do love a good phone call. And I do call people quite a bit, actually. And some of my friends are like, why are you calling me? Text me.
I call.
And I'm like, because I like to talk to you, you know. But and it's so much better on the connection. And it's hard with the like even Zooming and FaceTiming and stuff like that. Like, I don't love it as much as a phone call.
No,
I
it's
think
not the same.
that's yeah, I think that's why Clubhouse. I don't know. Did you ever get onto
Yes.
Clubhouse?
Yes, we're just doing that a little bit more. That's even actually not that bad.
Yeah, like I really liked it, but it's dying down. I think it's you've got
Well,
just
yeah, no, it's okay. We're just, yeah, they want to go swimming. We're good. No
I love
worries.
it. Well, and I know we have a hard stop on this, but if anybody
Yeah,
has
no
any more
worries.
questions or comments, throw them into the chat box. Thanks for coming back. I know a few of you have sent me text. My phone's blowing up saying you're not
Yeah.
your stream dropped.
My
I'm like,
friends, my one friend is saying, there's a one question here.
okay.
Um, how do we create more or less accessibility?
Oh, I love
So
that. Okay.
so that's exactly kind of what Greg, I think it was Greg
Yeah.
was saying that. I can't remember who that was. So setting up your boundaries for what you need starts with you. And setting up your accessibility starts with you and your routines in the day. And setting up because the less you're actually on a phone, the better your health, your hormones, your agitation, and your heart rate. So the more we are thinking about being on it less for shorter amounts of time, the better for us.
So will it actually reverse your like any hormone damage?
I can't speak to that. I'm not a medical physician. I
Okay.
don't know how to comment on that.
Like,
I
I'm just curious if it's the
I think
damage
that if
we've.
we reduce it'll reduce, because we have seen several people, and there's now this cool new study about binge watching TV is just as bad. But is it the binge watching, or is it just sedentary sitting that's gaining weight? Or is it the cortisol caused by the binge watching and the phone use and the grabbing the sugar? Is it a cycle of reward system and addiction? So we also have to think about those other devices that we're using, because now they're linking, and I'm excited because there's one, I think it's is it Germany or England, that are studying the phones are jumping us in cortisol and causing us weight gain. right? Because we're agitated, we're stressed, because
I
9 out of every
feel
10 times you touch a phone, you're stressed.
I feel the agitation. And that's why the other night, which prompted this whole conversation, I was like, I'm leaving this thing. And I used to do that, right? Like I used to have really good boundaries around it, like, go over there. And then it just like, I've noticed lately it's really creeped into,
Yeah. I'm
like,
going to do a challenge for parents, actually.
okay.
How to connect challenge, how to disconnect to connect, because the word off is going to become the most powerful for the next 2 years, right? The word off, just shutting all technology. We've become very reliant on it for sociability and for escapism. And we have to learn to become a little bit more happy with ourselves and how we are just being, because let's face it, no one wants to be with their own thoughts for too long.
Well, this is the
Right?
problem. And this is
That's
my
a
work.
whole
Like,
other talk.
right. We should have another conversation about that, because that's
Oh,
the, and who we could bring in to be part of our conversation with that is Sarah Westbrook. She and I
oh,
love to talk about
wonderful.
that.
I know her. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Because
She'd
it's
be great.
just the emotional, like being okay with the worst stuff, right? Like it's
Being okay,
so,
being
so important.
okay with who you are and your own thoughts, and teaching that to yourself and teaching that to your children is how you've got to operate.
Yeah, exactly. Last comment. We've got one more here. Oh, there's so much to discuss. Instant gratification, binge watching, no commercial breaks. Is it the root of? Do you know what I noticed was really helpful with Netflix and the binge watching is turn off the automatic start of the next episode. Like turn that function off.
The children how to do that.
What's that?
I've taught them how to stop after one episode, get up, go outside, walk around. I don't care if you play fight, go get a snack, get a glass of water, but I don't want them continuously sitting there watching a show for 5 hours, like Game of Thrones, man. When that stuff comes on, you can't stop watching.
I know,
right?
but if you turn off the setting inside of Netflix, it won't automatically start the next one, which gives you that pause for you to go, okay, I'm done. Right?
You mean like the 70s Flintstones, you're home at lunch watching Flintstones and at commercials you make Kraft dinner?
Yes. Oh my God, you did that too?
I did. Or Zoodles.
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo.
Like we would run home and we'd get to watch Flintstones for 1 hour, and you had to wait for it to come on because it's scheduled, and you were more excited to wait for something. The anticipation was amazing. Now it's like you can get anything you want. So yeah, there's a lot of other topics we can obviously cover with technology and how everything is so instantaneous now.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Like just, I want it. And it's the anxiety of like what's going on. But the last story I want to tell, and then I got to let you go because it's 3:45. See, I knew time was just going to fly for us.
It's okay. We're good.
But
I'm late. I'm teaching my children a lesson. They have to learn how to wait.
To be patient. Yes, delayed gratification. Mama's coming.
See? Another check-in. Look at that. 2 minutes. We're good. Just 2 minutes. We're good.
I told Owen.
Okay.
I told them
See?
2:15, and then I said.
Oh well, they can wait. There you go.
See, they're learning. This is important. You're inspiring all these other people to learn the weight. But I think one of the troubles with the, like if people don't respond, it's easy to default that something is wrong. Right? So,
yes.
Like, and actually I was going to tell a story, but now I think I'd be speaking out of turn. But that happened last night. I got a call from somebody going, can you get a hold of somebody because he's not responding? And he'll, I think something's wrong with him. And I'm like, I think he's just left his phone inside and he's playing out in the dirt. He's okay. Right? But we go there.
Yeah.
It's like this phone. So, all right, I'm going to keep doing my power sessions when I turn these off anyway. Okay, so I'm committing to that because I'm already doing that. I'm going to keep leaving this outside of the bedroom so I'm not scrolling
and you're
at
going
night.
to phone people every day.
And I do phone people, and I will phone even more people.
Yeah. So
phone
if you
me anytime.
Call me and ask me if my refrigerator's running, I'm going to know it's you.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so tell the kids.
What did you just do to me? I go, let's have fun. It's COVID.
We'll go cow tipping next. All right, so... Sorry, that was
All right.
the
Well, thanks so much, Allison, for letting me be here and share the information with everyone.
It's so critical. And the work you're doing in the corporate, where can people get a hold of you? I know I have your website up there, but yeah, let's give a shout
I
out.
think right now, go to iparentgen.com. It's actually under construction for HR needs. We also have Mentally Well HR Solutions, which will be up and running as well. So I'm affiliated with both.
Okay, fantastic. Keep up the great work. Awesome to talk with you, and go have fun with your kiddos.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everyone, that was our lockdown lift up, which is not quite a lockdown, but until the freedoms are restored, we're doing a daily lift up. So thank you for being here. I hope you like this new format. I think every now and again I might bring on one of my friends or somebody who's got some really cool thoughts to share and just have a chit chat. It gives me a chance to catch up with some people who I don't always get to talk to too. So thank you. Hope you feel lifted up and are going to have an amazing rest of today. Thank you for being here. Bye for now.